With Overwatch starting its Season 4 on April 11th, next Tuesday, let's look at what they will be releasing for the season. Now obviously we have the new healer, named Lifeweaver. Check out his origin story cinematic to find out more, with his abilities being a burst heal at 65 max that you have to charge up, a dash that can self-heal you and give you a short burst in distance, so think of it around a Hanzo's dash, but maybe a bit further, and could give you some small amount of healing. His Blossom ability, which can raise you into the air both for your teammates and enemies, a short-range needler, has a lot of ammo, about 60, but doesn't do a lot of damage. A pull ability which gets you out of trouble, and his ultimate, which makes a huge tree with AoE healing that can block line of sight, but has 1000 HP, so it can be destroyed if you have a high damage comp. So Bastion and Baptiste, especially if you look through the window. Here we see one of his intros, which is good. Shows off his weapon, which a lot of the superhero characters do, except for Lucio, which he just boops you. And a simple Hanzo skin, which looks like someone who would be selling you food, maybe on the streets. If not, maybe in one of the restaurants that they have. A cool themed skin, which seems to represent some of the Thailand mythology, given the teeth and the flames around the eyes, maybe like the god Hangsha or Yaksha. And you have some new victory poses for the characters, with Doomfist holding a blue crystal, maybe he got it from Blizzard World, from the StarCraft section, Kiriko with her fighting stance, Mercy showing off she about to shoot you, Lifeweaver holding the same pose he did in his trailer, holding that nice rose that he has, Hanzo looking like he's about to shoot the archery target, so he's getting nice and ready. Diva relaxing and gaming like she does in her sit-down emote, but outside of the mecha this time. And Ana having one of her highlight intros turn into a pose, the one where she obviously shoots you and puts you to sleep. Zenyatta gets a new skin, and is now similar to a wooden boy from a very certain mouse we all know. Reinhardt gets a skin based on his sticker you got from Overwatch 1 during their Halloween events, so now he can look as tough as he feels sometimes. Here we have Lifeweaver with another cool skin, being it all feathers, and Widowmaker above him with a interesting skin with black braided hair that might also be inspired by something. I'm not sure, but the big ones here are Junkrat and Roadhog, having both been turned into Omnics. Now I'm sure it would be too much to have them also be anti-human, since they are anti-Omnic, and would require a lot of voice lines to be done. So just having the skins is amazing, and it shows them off perfectly, and Rhoda clearly holding that year's version of a Game Boy. And of course we can't forget the big one, the most epic and technically a mythic skin, Sigma. Now steps into the light with a clearly StarCraft inspired skin that shows that maybe he isn't as good as we think he is. Of course with 3 different transformations to look. And mine has to be the first one, but the crown on the third one makes it real close. But since you can mix and match the pieces, we should have no problem making him look like our own. And showing off the new skins for Soldier 76, Mercy, and Children, it's interesting seeing the heroes playing the villains in this season. And of course we have the good guys being represented as Hammond, Lucio, who is clearly in charge of the group, Torbjorn, and Doomfist making a change of sides for this season with all that armor and maybe being turned into more machine than man. It's amazing to see. And with the new season comes new events, with Winston getting his own, by the looks of it, and maybe you'll have to play to get that alien skin of his. Lifeweaver gets an epic skin, by the looks of it, but it looks more like a recoloring of his current skin, but still, a nice green that contrasts the pink. Talantis joins us in what appears to be a first ever community-made map, which, yeah, by the looks of it, is not very polished or shiny, but I doubt they had the help of Blizzard and their devs to make a super detailed map and just had them give it a try. But even though it's not super detailed, the fact that they opened up this to us could give us even more maps in the future and more content that we could make, maybe even have maps be voted on to be added as permanent additions to the game, which is amazing and a great move from Blizzard, and could be, by the looks of it, a 2CP map. Symmetra gets a challenge event, and she does need the love since she hasn't been getting cool skins like others, and this might not be super amazing, but it is super cute and turns her from a super technology person and showing off maybe one of her hobbies being gardening. Always great to learn more about the characters, sometimes through their skins. And of course we have June 1st being Pride Month, so I wonder what they will have for that, since just saying something on it isn't a lot, so I can't wait to see what they will do. Next we have Brigitte, what seems to be her rework they talked about for a while now, and her shield gets large like Reinhardt's, so maybe if you're down the tank, you could be a semi-tank, but only seems to work if you're using her ult, which would help given being around her was what you needed to be to gain the extra overhealth. But if you're being shot a lot, that doesn't really help, so giving her a reason to be next to her, aside from the extra health you would get and not get extra cover, and now get extra cover could help a lot. But if you're Samito, you might have a thing or two to say about it. Tracer gets a very cool Tron-inspired highlight intro, and clearly was themed around the style of the 80s with her clothing and the glasses. Now Zarya won't be alone with her choice in clothing come Halloween. Baptiste looks like he gets a new highlight intro, showing his device on the shoulder for his ultimate might have a mind of its own. Bob and Ash look like they're dueling it out Bonnie and Clyde style in a shootout on what looks like to be the moon base from Overwatch 1. And Bastion finally gets a new highlight intro by the looks of it, showing off his ultimate and shows off the new stuff he does like how Risa has. Since she has a Javelin spin highlight intro, now Bastion gets to have one for himself. But oh wait, here at the end we get more skins, with Elka showing off a very shiny chrome look, so make sure to look up, but also make sure to bring some sunglasses. Brigitte now has a very clearly StarCraft inspired skin, and is very much not on the hero side, especially with those horns. And Ramacha gets a simple skin that has a nice green cape and some red lines drawn on his face to make his face maybe look like a mask. And that's it for all of them. I can't wait to see what these skins for myself, but man, is my wallet going to hurt at the end of the season. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I've been Will. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.